Hi everyone, my name is Tiana Barnes and welcome to my presentation about the quality of character, all about honesty. So what is honesty? Honesty is straightforwardness, quality of being fair and truthful, shows integrity, choosing not to lie, steal, or deceive. Being truthful to others is super important. Being truthful to yourself is probably even more important, and doing what's right regardless of who's around. You want to be someone can trust. So the actual definition of honesty in the Webster Dictionary is honesty is fairness and straightforwardness of conduct. It also says that honesty, honor, integrity, probity means uprightness of character or action. Honesty implies a refusal to lie, steal, or deceive in any way. Honor suggests an active or anxious regard for the standards or one's profession, calling, or position. As far as my definition, honesty is about being truthful at all times, regardless of the result of who it might hurt. I know that I've struggled with this many times in my life, battling with if I wanted to be truthful when I knew it might hurt the other person. Luckily, I grew up with a great support system, and I learned this quality of character early on, and it made it a habit to always be honest and tell the truth. In the long run, telling the truth and being honest has always gotten me further where I needed to be. An example of honesty, I chose a little movie clip. It's called, if any of you have seen it, it's Remember the Titans. What I love most about this scene, I'll let you guys watch it, but what I love most about this scene is the maturity and leadership Gary shows. He's the captain of the team, and he decides to make a tough decision based off his instincts for his team. He's honest with himself and to his teammate that he has to be the one to have him cut, even if it did ruin his friendship. I think this shows tremendous amounts of integrity on his part. It's a great movie. I highly suggest it. Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, says honesty is the best policy. I chose this because I think it really speaks the truth on honesty. Another quote that he mentions is telling the truth or being able to be trusted is called honesty. He has a lot of famous sayings and quotes by Benjamin Franklin. Moving on to our Ethics 101 book by John C. Maxwell. I chose a quote in the book by a man named George MacDonald. He was a Victorian writer and a Christian minister. He says, "To be trusted is a greater compliment than to be loved." I think that really says something about love is such a powerful word, but also trust is even more powerful. I chose this quote because it spoke to me. The reason being is I think most of us tend to have trust issues one way or another with people. It's just engraved in us. It's just who we are. I know I've struggled with this with family, friends, and even with my significant others. George MacDonald continued. He has another good quote. He says, "Good marriages, good business relationships, good friendships all require trust. If you don't have trust, there can be no open and honest interaction, and the relationships will only be temporary." We all want to have those great relationships flourish and last, and being honest and truthful is the only way. One's integrity and trust go a long way, so I think we all need to remember that. A Bible verse by Luke 16:10. So I chose this one. It says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much." So this is the principle of little and much. I chose this verse because with how one does with what is little, it's a clear indicator of how one will do with much. Either you are faithful or you are unreliable. So some examples of dishonesty. I have a little picture here of Gordon Bombay from the Mighty Ducks. So some things that come with dishonesty is cheating, consequences, it impairs other relationships, and it definitely hurts others. So I chose to put this little picture of Gordon Bombay because he showed a lack of integrity, dishonest, and even went as far as coaching his hockey team to cheat just to win. Ultimately, his players, along with his parents, didn't trust him. Eventually, he realized that he was in the wrong and changed his attitude by apologizing and to always be truthful and honest to his players and parents. We got a famous quote by John Wooden. John Wooden was a famous UCLA basketball coach. He's touched the lives of many individuals and still to this day is a legend. He showed the ultimate true quality of character of being honest. He says, "The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching." And I think that's a really true statement right there. All right, so applying honesty to coaching. So it gains trust. So it gains trust with your players, your parents, and other coaching staff or administrators. It helps build stronger relationships with your players, parents, coaching staff, and administrators as well. And it makes you a role model for your players so they can learn from the best. It also sets you apart from other coaches, maybe in your league or other surrounding coaches in your district. Ultimately, being honest will set you and your team up for success. So in conclusion, all right, being honest is the best policy. We spoke about that earlier. Benjamin Franklin mentioned that. Being honest is about showing your truth. Being honest is being fair to yourself and to others. And being honest it's not going to be easy. It's probably going to be hard for the most part. And so being honest is the true quality of character. Thank you for your guys' time and have a great day.